on another quick live. I don't know how long I'll be on. I know no one can even hear me right now, but that's okay. We're just hanging out. Gonna give a couple updates. Want to know people's reaction to the DJI Neo pictures being leaked. Hey, what's going on? Ooh. Sorry, my keyboard just stuck. Hey man, what's your first name, by the way? I usually don't have to share on live, but you can always send me a DM on the drone camp or something. But I do feel like I need to know the Dutch officer on a first name basis. At this point, shout out to all my members. You guys are the best. I actually have 6 members now to the channel, which is really exciting. And I just started the Discord, so I know people are still entering the chat and entering the live, but I did just start a Discord channel for the drone camp and for this channel in general, where people can connect and stay connected even after this live and like after my, outside of the channel. Hopefully it'll be more of an education for everyone, including myself, on all these different types of drones. Ronnie, what's going on, man? Always good to see you. We're just hanging out. I did just do a live on TikTok as well. I'm trying to boost, some of my following on there so I can share there as well. I was hesitant at first, but here I am. What are people's thoughts on the Neo pictures that came out yesterday? It does look like it's going to have a similar controller. Hey Justin, man, that's awesome. Where are you flying out of? Just curious, what part of the world are you flying out of? The TikTok is actually Das Drone Guy. I'm not German or anything, but it was the only thing that wasn't taken. The Drone Guy apparently is this really popular guy. Hey Mason, what's going on? But yeah, it does look like kind of like a hover. Awesome. Yeah, I'm up here on the exact opposite of the East Coast from you in Maine, but we have a lot of people bouncing back and forth to our states. Honestly, it feels like Florida here. It's like 89 degrees with like 99% humidity here in the state of Maine, and it actually is one of the reasons I was really hoping to do this live tonight outside or something, and like maybe even fly around, but it is too brutal out. I am like being beaten up. But if you are new to this live or this channel, most of you are subscribers, I can see, but just for the sake of throwing it out there, you can win this Mini 2 SE tomorrow. There's still time. The list is growing slowly. I'd say I was actually just going to try to get a quick head count on the giveaway numbers. How many people have entered the giveaway? Why won't it let me? I do manage multiple domains. I use GoDaddy. Who's out here using GoDaddy? A Neo review would be sweet if I can get my hands on one. Oh, see, every time I've been having issues with my accounts signing me out automatically. Last time I checked, you guys, it was around just over 300. So that still gives you a really good chance. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not wasting any more time. But there's still a really good chance to win this drone. I do think the likelihood of it being a loyal subscriber is very high, which is exciting. And I have answered this question a few times, but if people were wondering, I am going to try to send this to anywhere that the person wins. Drones with Jack, awesome, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to go check out your channel. Where are you tuning in from? And what drones are everyone using again? I would love to know what people, either if they don't have a drone, what they're most interested in, or what drones that they're really hoping to know more about, what drones they really love using the most. I just went through the whole lineup of different drones, and I was charging the controller to the Blackhawk, the EXO Blackhawk. Once again, if you're new, we talked about this last time, but it is the new EXO. It's supposed to have pretty much almost like a Mini 4 for EXO. But the controller, it was charging. This is the beast of a controller. I think it was Toast brought it up yesterday in the live. I'm just reading. Awesome. Hey, On Point, what's going on? Yeah, Mini 2SE is just such an awesome drone. So this is what it looks like when it's charged. It is pretty, I mean, one thing about EXO is they did go ahead and give a little bit of a design to the drone, a little bit more flair than the DJI drones, which is okay. Let me turn this off because it is very hot. It just charged for the first time. All right, boom. But yeah, it does look like that DJI Neo might be a similar version to this Hover Air, and a lot of people who know my channel know the Hover Air X1 at this point. What's poppin', Sanjay? This drone is really, really cool. So this kind of is what the Neo looks like, but think of it more of like a DJI inspired. Let me actually see if I can pull up a picture on my YouTube, or on YouTube, my iPad. And what time is it for everybody? No way, you've been following me since 200 subs. That is really awesome. I honestly really, really appreciate hearing that. And that's what I do appreciate about most of the people who subscribe to me. They really share that they appreciate the videos, and it makes it that much worthwhile for me. That's why I really wanted to give back. Okay, so I got some, it sounds like some other, either East Coasters or people who are in the early AM. That's cool, man. Honestly, if you've been following me for a year, you're one of my early subscribers, and I really appreciate that. Let me quickly, so I did share the leaked images on my YouTube naturally. I'm apparently not able to use my own iPad or any of my stuff today. I'm having trouble. Okay. Oh, it was actually on my short, my YouTube short. There we go. But this is kind of like an example of what that Neo looks like. Very cool. I don't know, I'm pretty pumped. I don't know what the gap is between leaked photos and new drone for us to be able to purchase, but I can only imagine it's gonna be longer than we want. But awesome, North Carolina. Thanks, man, I really appreciate it. Yeah, the Neo does look neat, and if it has like any sort of niche that I feel like, so one of the reasons I've like loaded up my entire world with drones is one, they're a lot of fun, but if I'm gonna call myself the drone guy, I better know more about just drones, DJI drones. So that's why, you know, I'm gonna be reviewing the Potensic Atom, which I pretty much have already done reviewing. I love the drone. It's got this, I don't know what it is, but if you can tell, it's got a little bit more thickness in the back. It's got a little bit more junk in the trunk, if you will, and I don't know if that has anything to do with its like voltage or power. I gotta look at the actual specs. I don't think it's probably that much more demanding than the Mini 2SE, but I remember the first thing when I first flew this flight, the main voyage of this Potensic Atom, it really took off to the point where I was like, okay, you gotta chill, to myself, because I got excited. So very cool drone, 4K too. This drone does have the 4K, so where it does differ as well as it has the 4K. It only has the sensors on the bottom. So keep in mind, only has the sensors on the bottom. I did have my Mini 3 queued up as well. I'm just gonna turn that on, my controller on, just in case I feel like flying it around. It's very hot in here. I might have to fly my drone in my face to stay cool. Hey, very cool. A lot of people from North Carolina, East Coasters, very cool. There's a, what's the 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow? I honestly started growing my channel, that's a great question, with this drone. So basically, yeah, a lot of North Carolina folks, that's really cool. So basically, I started my channel with the sense that, hold on, I have to compare, always compare it with, and I appreciate anyone who's gone through this rant numerous times over this past week. No, I don't do FPV yet, I really don't, and that's one of the reasons I'm kind of holding off to see what happens with the drone world. If the Avata 2 is still the top like little FPV drone at the time, I'm probably gonna buy an Avata. But to answer the original question, this is my flagship drone. This is the drone that I use all the time for my business. I actually had 2 shoots this morning, and one of the houses was across the street from this house, which was a featured photo that I took with this very drone earlier this year. So I knew I could do well with this drone. A lot of people can, because it's just, look at it, it's really, really incredible. It's just got all the bells and whistles. It shoots 5.1K. It has a Hasselblad camera. And so I was trying to convince myself that I needed this for my travels, and I thought, well, I'm gonna want my Mavic 3. And essentially I created this YouTube channel to prove that it was more about how you use the drone and how you have fun with it and show up to a place maybe early for golden hour, or just get yourself out there more and more, and actually force yourself to learn and be confident in flying. And that's what's going to be more impactful to your experience with drones. That's what really was the motivation behind this. So if you have the budget for a Mini 3, I do suggest starting with that drone too. Those are the two best, and that's why I actually have 2 Mini 3s and 2 Mini 2SEs, which I know sounds crazy, but I do love these drones a lot. Hey, what's going on, Jackson? So yeah, I think if you have the budget for a Mini 3, then I say go for it. I really love it. The 4K vertical does make a difference. I have noticed that in some of my shorts. So let me quickly show you. Let me go grab the Mini 3 so you can see it. So although that is a Mini 3 on the ground, I'm just going to grab this one here as well, because it's the same drone. So let me turn it on really quick. Let me unfold it. Yeah, the possible ban, they did just reintroduce some of that legislation here in the United States. But I just don't know. I really have so much faith that they're going to try to create a resolution. I would say it is noticeably different at this point. I've posted enough and shared enough to feel like it does make a difference. So let me quickly turn this drone on. It should kind of rotate it. There you go. As you can see, the gimbal housing and the gimbal setup is a little bit more advanced than the Mini 2SE. It has to be with the vertical shooting, and I do think that offers a little bit more stability. This drone does have a little bit more battery life as well. And what else is there? Yeah, vertical shooting. It does have the same sensors, the Mini 3. The Mini 3 Pro is going to have more sensors. I love the built-in screen. I really love this. Let me quickly grab... Oh, that is the Mini. That is the right one. Good thing I labeled all these, because number 2, I knew it won't go with this one, so let me turn this one off. I've had to label my drones, you guys. That's how ridiculous this has gotten. Oh, very cool, man. That's really cool that you had the connection with the Mini 3s. Hey. What's up, broski? I like that one. Oh, there we go. There's the controller kicking on. Yeah, and also, if you guys head to the corner of the page, you should be able to tap into some of the products that I've tagged, and you can kind of look at more detail of the different vendors that offer it through YouTube Live here. In order to get entered into the drone giveaway, there's still a chance to win this Mini 2SE. Basically, you do have to be a subscriber to my channel and enter at the drone. You have to head to thedronecamp.com. There is a lot of instructions on my YouTube channel about how to enter, and I even have links and stuff there. No way, Drones with Jack. Man, I'm going to have to go check that out. I would like to also do more tutorials and talk to you guys more about how I even share some of my my shorts. A lot of people ask, like, how do you get a vertical shot with the Mini 2SE? And you essentially don't. Hey, what's going on? Homemade Solutions, another member to the channel. Once again, thank you so much to the members of the channel. They're actual paid subscribers, and we are planning an actual private live chat all very soon. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, Drones with Jack. Thanks for sharing, man. Seafly Faith Mini, very cool. There might be a ban because of the influence of chips and technology from the Chinese Communist Party, and certain people in our government find it to be a national security breach, which I find a little bit hypocritical just because, I mean, what doesn't have a chip from China in it at this point? So I don't know, you guys. I hope they're going to be able to figure this out. My favorite drone, that is such a tough question. I mean, I have to give myself I really have to say, I mean, that was why I was so torn about getting the Mini 2SE, because personally, the experience of flying the Mavic 3, I really wish I could share with more people. It's just such a beast. There's really no, I mean, unless you're a pro photographer or someone who just has money to burn it, you probably don't need this much drone. It is why I jumped into the mini series drones, actually. It's great for what I do. It's nice to have, and it's my favorite, but you know, if I were to choose a mini series drone, it would be, I don't know, it probably would be the Mini 3 at this point. I know that sounds a little hypocritical of me as well, but the Mini 3, oh, let me turn my controller off. I think what I love about the Mini 3 is, like I said, the 4K, oh come on, shutting down, there we go. I do like the 4K, I like the vertical shooting, and the setup time. The setup time is like so quick, and that's honestly really, really nice to have, especially with a mobile drone. So hopefully that was a long and short of it. It is a nice add-on, so I think, oh, hold on one second, you guys, something's beeping. I have so many drones going. Oh, there we go. It's this, the Blackhawk never turned off. I honestly don't even know how to turn this thing off. That's the problem. I'm gonna try there we go. The tap, and then the tap hold usually works. I mean, if you're really on a budget but want the Mini 3, you're not going to totally lose out on not having the screen. I flew drones without a built-in screen for almost 8 years and had no issue. So don't, and that was the other thing I wanted to try to share with everyone is, like, it can be a very tough hobby to enter because of the price, and I'm lucky that it just so happens to be my business and what I do for a living, but these mini series drones have really helped to basically make it a lot more accessible. And that's why I really wanted to help get someone started off by giving one of these away. It will be probably around 8 o'clock tomorrow. It could be later, so I have to see some family. Some things came up and I have to see family, but I will be announcing tomorrow who the winner is. And like I said, right now it's still around 300 people. Yeah, man, I really think the Mini 4 Pro is basically like a mini Mavic 3, right? So yes, it will be 8 p.m. Unless I find like some really crazy reason to, sorry, I thought there was like something wrong. I thought I like broke my drone there for a second. It'll be later in the evening. I'm just gonna give the full day. Hey, so yeah, so the giveaway, basically, if you head to thedronecamp.com, and there's instructions on my YouTube channel, and you may always ask a question, just drop it in here and I'll get to it for sure. But basically, I'm giving away a DJI Mini 2SE drone tomorrow. All you have to do is follow me on my YouTube and then head to thedronecamp.com and enter your email. That way I can verify. I would like to give this to a real person, a real loyal subscriber. That's really why I'm doing it. I'm not trying to give it to a bot or somebody who's trying to scam. That's not cool. So I need everyone to go and verify their email through that website. And thanks to you guys, actually, the GoDaddy website has told me that we basically have domain authority, which means that one site has had like almost perfect performance in the sense that it's very quick. Everyone has been using the chat as well. That is also another way you can direct message me if you have questions about drones. And I have seen some emails come in, and I'm getting to those as well. The link to the drone camp, let me go make sure that it's live. Let me go make sure it's live. And actually, let me get my iPad too. I can show you the home page. I'll make sure the link of my my YouTube channel did not go corrupt or anything, because I'm pulling up the drone camp now and it is still good. And those is anyone else on Discord? I did start a Discord today. No, I don't use only mini DJI drones. I have a bunch more, and that's why I wanted to basically, I called myself the drone guy. However, I did only use DJI drones at the time. However, I have 4 or 5 other options that I'll be talking about. Let me go to my channel quick, you guys. Sorry to, yeah, thedronecamp.com. Right in the my bio, if you head to that, it should work. Are you still having trouble? Oh yeah, I know a few people have already jumped on the Discord. I really appreciate you guys getting us off to a good start. Oh, basically, I want to send that person a direct message on their email. So once I get connected with you on my backend messaging app, I'll be able to verify your email through that way as well. And we can make sure that you're actually subscribed to my channel and all that good stuff. So it's kind of like a one layer of security, nothing crazy. And like I said, there is about 300 people. It's not like thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So it shouldn't take me a terrible time tomorrow to randomly select somebody and then verify them. So I'm hoping once the day gets through, we should be all set. But let me quickly, so this is what the dronecamp.com homepage looks like. If you guys head there and enter your email, you're gonna be able to still have a chance to win, where is it? There we go, the DJI Mini 2 SE, which I still think is, for the budget, for your price, the best entry-level drone. And one of the cool parts about this website, it's only one page. However, you can direct message me and I will get to your messages. I have messaged every single person back. I really appreciate everyone's support. Honestly, I still can't believe I've gained so many followers even this week. So shout out to those who are new. Let me quickly shout out to my members as well, because those guys really mean a lot to me. Let me go and jump in. I don't want to butcher anyone's name. I got to get everyone's first name basis eventually here. Let me get the list. There's currently 6 people who are now members of the channel. Oh, hold on, I gotta go to my studio. Too many tabs, too many drones. Does anyone else feel that? No way, you own the Phantom? I just was looking at my old Phantom. Very cool. Honestly, I don't know if this thing would even turn on if I tried. I'm actually charging it now though. The Discord is the Drone Camp, and I do have another link to that. If you guys head to my community tab, that's going to be where I share some of my other resources, other things that I think are cool. I oftentimes post different polls as well of like what people are like thinking about a new topic. I also sometimes am on top of I don't know what you call it, but I'm sometimes featured on a Coast to Coast Drones show, so that's sometimes something I'll share on that page. Let me quickly, where was I going? Oh, nice. I'm seeing a couple things come through on Discord now, you guys. Very cool. Appreciate it. And even 3 or 4 more new subscribers. Wow, that's really cool. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me quickly shout out to my members, you guys. I have to really do that. Let's do it really quick. Yeah, so Homemade Solutions was in here earlier. Vishnu Araj 94, Calvin C, Sneaky Neeky. I hope I'm not butchering that one. Dutch Officer, he was in the live here earlier as well. And Steve Farley, he's the longest member of the channel. I really appreciate everyone's support. Basically, what we're going to be able to do there in our members only section is I'm giving away something even more to them. I'm giving them a whole nother product, and there's only 6 of them now, so 1 in 6 chance is pretty good. And then we're going to jump on different lives, private feeds, and talk more about drones. So very cool stuff happening, and I'm going to try to give as much free knowledge away to everyone else because I want to make it accessible at the end of the day. Yeah, I can put in the, you know what, I think I should be able to. Chat filters. I'm still getting used to this, you guys. No, you don't have to be present to win. That's a really good question. And I did see that question about FPV. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to break into it yet. And George, welcome to the live. I appreciate that question about the FIMI. I actually reached out to them, and out of the 4 or 5 companies that I reached out to, they were one of the only ones that didn't have a a collaboration program yet. But they did let me know that I'm on the list. Very cool. So yeah, you don't have to be present. Let me go make sure the Discord is in the live. I'm gonna try to jump on the live from my computer side of things. I did share the Discord link in my community tab though, so that's another way. For 420, I do think that would probably be the Mini 3, I would think, or Mini 3 Flymore combo. Honestly, I should probably just look at my own. You can look at the different. No, yeah, the Mini 3 Flymore combo is a little bit more than that. But I do tag all the products I talk about or can at least vouch for below in my below the live feed. Yeah, the DJI Mini 3 you can get right now for around $420. I don't know why in some places it's because of the RC. Without the RC, it's just around $420, which I think would be great. Yes, I do. On point. Yeah, actually, I was just sharing this photo earlier. This is one of my recent features. I'm in this magazine a lot. It's a local one. This is a close to a $6 million house here in the coast of Maine, and this was actually photographed with my Mavic 3, which is really cool. I have a lot of other publications too, and a lot of the times they are with the drone. So, one thing that broke me into the real estate photography world, and I actually do that interior, exterior. I even was showing folks on one of my other lives. I'll pull that up now. And welcome if you're new to the live. I do appreciate everyone joining and liking. If you even tap in and like, it does help more people see it. But I also do Matterport scans. So this is like a 3D tour of an entire property, and it basically takes LiDAR imagery. I can get 2D floor plans from that, and that's actually that's taken with this little Ryko Theta camera. This thing is really, really cool. This takes 3D photos and video, and that's what I use to scan. Yeah, definitely, and that's actually one of the reasons I'm pushing myself out on Discord. I want to be able to teach people how to do more real estate photography, monetize themselves, learn how to get Part 107 certified. So I've been Part 107 certified since the very beginning of 2017. So it was probably one of the few thousands of people at the beginning who got certified, and I've maintained that license for a while now. So I'd love to go in and talk more about all that type of stuff, like how to get insurance, like the things to think about, how to attract clients, and we're going to get all into that stuff through the Drone Camp and through the Drone Camp website. So if you are new, really quick, and if you have stayed on the live, you guys, I'm so sorry you have to hear this again. But if you do head to thedronecamp.com and head in there, that would be a great way to either message me or stay tuned. And you can use it for CAD programs. I've sent this to a good friend of mine who does interior design. So what happens too with this is a Matterport, this isn't a Matterport camera, but it's all run through Matterport. And basically it takes LiDAR. You can use it for all different kinds of CAD programs. It's really, really cool stuff. It can get expensive. It's kind of like land surveying. The bigger the scan, the bigger the package, the data, the more data that needs to be processed, the more expensive it's going to be. However, the more money you can then charge. So that's kind of cool as well. I'm trying to think. I probably have a scan on here that I think back in the day. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, it just crashed. Actually, I tried to open it and it actually crashed. But you can get houses in the. I think the largest one I did was about 8,000, 10,000 square feet. So these are some pretty big houses, whether they're residential or commercial. I typically do residential real estate photography, but. And I'm also just trying to read here if I do blankly stare at the screen. Yeah, it's not the Insta360, it's actually a Ryko Theta. I believe these run for about $1,500. They are pretty expensive, but I was given, hey, good morning, John. I was basically, I earned this through, I can't talk today. I'm too thirsty and tired. I don't know where everyone's tuning in from, but it's been so hot near me. This is the Ryko Theta that I earned through a contractual job that I did, where I used to do this basically on call all the time during the pandemic. So I don't want to bring up horrible history, but this is what kept me in business. Basically, was the 3D scans. People could not go into houses and see the houses during COVID because we all know why. And so having that 3D scan was really, really important to the real estate business. Hey, yeah, Choco, man, I don't know about making me an entire one, but maybe what we can do is we can collaborate. We can definitely collaborate. I'd love to jump on maybe a live somehow or a one-to-one call on the Discord, and we can walk through it together. I'd love to learn from you, my man. The temperature right today was like 93 degrees at its hottest, but right now it's still it's almost 540 and it's still pushing like 88 degrees, but it's like the humidity is like so terrible. And what happened is like with this type of temperature, another thing I want to talk to people about through the Drone Camp is I'm in Maine right now, and that's actually one of the reasons I kept this out, is because you can see we're on the coast of Maine. There's the water behind us. Has anyone heard of the Nubble Lighthouse? The Nubble Lighthouse, I was at it today actually. It's a beautiful lighthouse. I'm in the United States, but yeah, definitely send me a message on Discord as well. I'm on Discord as the Drone Camp now. Let me actually, and as I do see folks tuning in and making sure they're messaging me on the Drone Camp website as well. Because I'm live, I can see a couple messages now. Because I'm live, I can't get to them right now, but I definitely will. But yeah, I would love to know where people are tuning in from. Yeah, man. So we're on point. Were you one of the gentlemen that were from North Carolina? Or where are you tuning in from? Can you remind me? Sorry, there's been a lot of people on today. I'm really excited. Yeah, so other than YouTube, I would say real estate is probably one of the easiest entry level industries to a new drone pilot. It's probably one of the most friendly, in the sense that once you're basically certified with your Part 107 license and have an insurance plan or have a means of getting on-demand insurance, you can start attracting any means of making money. One other thing I want to try to promote is Shutterstock. I don't have a Shutterstock, but using stock images is not only important for my industry where I am in real estate, but a lot of other ones. So there's also different, avenues where you can get work for hire, and I've done that in the past. It's not as easy though, so we're going to be going into more and more of that in the Drone Camp. I'm basically putting together an entire curriculum for people who want to get into drones more advanced in their recreation or their actual business. And the things I've had to learn the hard way, or the things I've learned the easy way and kind of come naturally to me. So wow, that's cool, man. I really appreciate it. Let's definitely connect on Discord. Maybe we can continue the chat on there, and I'd love to know all your expertise. Hey, Keith, what's going on? You know what? It doesn't actually overheat. Well, it does. I actually take that back. It doesn't tend to heat outside. One thing that I do love about the new controllers that use your phone as the screen is you can charge it. So in the winter time, that's helpful. One of the things I would just suggest you doing is keeping everything at a reasonable temperature, not really, really cold, like 50, 60 degrees before you go fly, but a reasonable temperature. Stay in the shade and you should be fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of folks from North Carolina. You guys, I'm going to be right back. I do have to run to the bathroom, but hang here. I'll be right back. We're back. I definitely might have to fly this Mini 3 here in a second. I'm very, very hot. Even the air conditioners can't seem to beat the heat today, but... Oh, wow. That's a good point. Yeah, so if people don't know, you can actually charge your phone with your DJI controller now. So let me grab the controller I'm talking about. In the DJI Fly app, under, I believe it's Control, the Control tab, when you're using a controller like this, you can actually charge your phone now. I'm going to quickly jump back on Discord to see if there's any new folks. Once again, I did drop the link to my new Discord in my community tab. And if you haven't checked out the community tab already, on my page, I am trying to bolster that a little bit more. Hey, a couple more people, thank you so much. Very cool. I really hope to grow that page. In addition, I don't know anything about Discord, so thank you to your help for this. Not only suggesting me to get one, but going on these lives have helped me to just connect with you guys a little bit better. A lot of people from North Carolina too, which is really funny. A couple summers ago, I was in North Carolina. If you want the Mini 2 SE, there is still time. All you have to do is head to thedronecamp.com and enter your email. Let's turn it back on one more time. Mini 2 SE. Yo, James, what's up, brother? We're just hanging out again. I don't know how long I'll be on. It's very hot, and I'm just probably gonna have to go get dinner in a little bit here, but we're just hanging out. I was flying my little Snapton drone again, just kicking it. Where was I? Oh, I was checking out. Oh yeah, the Discord. Oh yeah, so those of you who, yeah, one more day, you guys. I couldn't sleep last night. Yeah, the Mini 3's on the floor right now. Let me see if I can turn it on. I might have to like blow to my face right now. That's actually something I've done. I don't know if anyone here lives in a rural area where they have like black flies or can't see them, or gnats or anything that just greenheads, whatever you call them. I've chopped them up with my drone a few times just because, oh, there we go, it's kicking on. Just because basically that's the only defense. If anyone's out been camping, they'll know what I mean. Oh, that's true, John. It's Friday morning for you. You have to wait the longest. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna go in right now and confirm these pending friend requests on my Discord. I just had four new ones come in. Thank you so much for joining. Let's turn the Mini 3 on really quick. Do I like the Mavic 3? Absolutely. The Mavic 3 is, it's what I used to replace the Phantom 4 that I had, which was my flagship drone for years. And I was pretty much forced to get a new one. So, ooh. Let it just get used to the GPS. So basically, sometimes, oh, there we go. It's gonna be a little better. So one thing about this RC, and if you guys are just joining in, either that or if you didn't see my live the other day, one thing I do like about this controller is it does have on the bottom here a memory card slot. So if you fly away and you forget a memory card, which even I do today, you can, at least send it down cache version to your controller. You're not all as lost. Another thing too is you can slide down kind of like on an iPhone. See if I can do it while facing the screen here. Come on. Oh yeah, and it brings down all these settings. So you can tap into Wi-Fi. Like if you need to jump onto your account when you're on the shoot and you're out taking the shot, whatever you want to call it, and you need to jump on your Wi-Fi, you can do a hotspot on your phone and kind of do it that way. You can also do screen recording and take a screenshot, which I love because that allows me to share with you guys. The drone certifications here are basically, they're the Part 107, and it's a subset of like the private pilot license, but this is the unmanned aircraft systems. Yo, Coast to Coast Drones, Bill, what's going on, man? I'm sorry I didn't make the live last night. I just been so busy. I hope you guys had a good conversation. I'm actually going to be listening to it tomorrow when I get some of my editing done. I photographed a house today, and it's going to take me a long time tomorrow. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, definitely hit the thumbs up. The more people that like this, it will help me to blast it out. The Part 107, how much was it? Geesh, that's a good question. I want to say it was $350 for the course that I took. I had to take a 5-day course, and I then had to pay for the course. I want to say it was another $300 at least. So it was maybe entry $700. I probably would suggest paying a little extra to teach yourself the ins and outs, because it's not a hard exam. It's definitely passable. But if it's not intuitive information or information that you're used to kind of being surrounded by, it could be difficult for you. Let me just get back to these questions. You have the Air 3. Man, that is, I'm not gonna lie, that is a drone I've wanted to, I feel like it kind of reminds me of the Air 2S. Like the Air 2S just had incredible HDR video and photos. How is flying the Air 3? I have a lot of DJI drones. I'm gonna answer a few questions as well. I have the Mini 3 on the ground, which is ready to kind of go. I have another Mini 3. I have my Mavic 3. Ooh. Let me turn this one on really quick. And then I've got the Mini 2 SEs. So I've got 5 or 6 DJI drones. One of them's out of commission now, but this drone is such a beast, you guys. I wish I could like rent this out to everybody. The Mini 3, a great drone to have as your first drone. Yeah, and if you guys want to, like, I guess Discord would be another place. Hey Justin, what's going on? I just saw your friend request. I'm gonna add you to the Discord. Yeah, I guess a place would be on Discord, I suppose. If you guys wanted to sell each other drones, that could work. Part 107 is only 170 now. That's great. I don't remember it was. I don't believe it was. I mean, I got mine almost 10 years ago now, though. So times have changed. I'm getting old. All I'm required to do now is basically every 2 years do what's called a knowledge test, or a UAG knowledge test, which I was actually just on the FAA website now. There's a subset of the FAA website that's specific to getting your education. Yeah, I'll be announcing the winner everywhere, probably on Discord, TikTok, and YouTube, and via email. No, today this will probably be my last live stream of the day, unless I'm feeling a second wind, to be honest. Man, I appreciate that, Justin. You're the man. Honestly, I didn't even think to do live streams until this giveaway, and I decided just like, why not just jump on and answer questions? I think it's a lot of fun. I am going to turn... Whoa. So if those of you who didn't jump in yesterday, but one of my favorite tips, oh yeah, Bill, drop the knowledge. Bill knows probably the most about some of this stuff. He keeps on top of it. So Coast to Coast Drones, if you want to stay on top of some of this DJI band stuff, Coast to Coast Drones, they talk about it. And I believe they're not on every Wednesday night, but they're on all the time. They really do run a great show. Yeah, it is. You know, it can be really difficult to run the Part 107. It's not, I think one of the hardest parts, surprisingly, was the weather briefings. Like, the weather briefings are written out in language during the NOTAMs, which stands for Notice to Airmen. And basically, you know, the weather briefings are almost in another language. And weather briefings are extremely important when planning a flight, whether you're in a drone or flying a drone, or obviously when you're in a plane. So you can basically control the manual start and stop of a drone's propellers by basically, ooh, come on, there we go, just turned off. I wonder if you guys, I can get it, there you go, you can see it now. Turn it on. What wind speed is fast for the Mini 2SE? I'd say 20 plus miles an hour is really where you are going to have issues, especially with the gimbal. That's actually how I almost ruined my gimbal on the first one. Every Wednesday night, they're on Coast to Coast, unless he's on vacay. And last week was vacay. So if you guys want to tune into the Coast to Coast drone, they also run a really great live. Okay, great. Thanks for confirming that the Part 107 is 170. Very cool. Well, you guys, if you don't have a Discord already, I definitely suggest you get one, because we're going to be able to talk more and more in depth. If not, my community tab on my YouTube channel is also where we're going to be going more in depth and talking about all this type of stuff that we get to chat about here on the live. I mean, these drones are just so stable. I don't know if I would feel even safe doing this if I didn't have confidence in the drone. You know, a lot of people have asked me as well about hand launching and hand landing. Hand landing is the same as landing on the ground. You basically just hold down the left stick, and you just have to create a new ground with your hand. And then once it gets close to your hand, just grab it and don't get your hands caught in the propeller. Yes, I will send a message. I have it open. To be honest, I'm still getting, like you said, you're kind of proving your point, used to the channel. What is your, I'm assuming it's similar to your other name here. Boom, boom, boom. I see everyone's things coming in. I'm gonna have to probably sift. I have so much on Discord now coming through, you guys. Thank you so much. Wow, and a couple more subscribers. Very cool. The DJI new selfie drone with the controller like hover. Yep. Oh, so you have. Oh wow. You guys were able indoor flyer. You guys were able to get some more information. Very cool. I'm gonna have to go check out your guys' live. If not, I'm gonna probably listen to it either tonight or tomorrow. Like I said, when I have to bust out some work. Thank you so much, Bill. I'm glad you're tuning in, my man. Welcome back from vacation. I am gonna get a Mini 4 Pro if I can. Honestly, I'm at a point where I just bought a new house, and so I do have to be a little bit mindful of my flex money. And I have plenty of drones to keep me busy. Yeah, Discord interface is not as intuitive as I expected it to be. And actually, when I first created my Discord earlier this morning, I hadn't even gotten as far as adding a profile picture, and they disabled my account. So I had to create a whole new one. Oh, the King, welcome, man. Where do you fly the DJI Spark? Where are you flying from? I actually was really FOMO'd about the Spark, and that's why I got the Mini 2 SE. And if you are new and just tuning in, sorry that we kind of got a little distracted. I wanted to basically announce again to those, if you're just tuning in, I'm giving away a Mini 2 SE drone, which is this drone, not this specific one, but I'm giving one of these away because I do think they're just one of the best little starter drones for the money. They're so much fun. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people here who have a lot more experience with the Discord app and the Discord channel. So if you do connect with me on Discord, it's called the Drone Camp. And that's actually where you head to win the DJI Mini 2 SE. There's more information on my YouTube channel. And also, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it does help me to get this out to more people, so we can build this community. I kind of feel like one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel is because most of the people who influence the drone world on YouTube tend to be, they'll kind of like talk about it with all the drones in the background like me, but then they'll just show you this epic cinematic footage and they just won't, I don't know, they just won't tell you how it all came together. Toast, I will definitely consider buying your Spark. I really probably will. Just hang tight. I have a lot going on, but let's stay connected. If it's still something that's on the docket when when I have the chance, I will definitely grab it from you. Cool. I got first right of refusal, which is a real estate term. But once again, if you do head to this website, thedronecamp.com, it's basically a way that we're going to be able to start connecting. You can subscribe. And if you subscribe to that and follow me on YouTube, that basically is automatically entering you into the giveaway. And if you hit the little chat tab on the bottom, you can direct message me. So that's another way. If you don't have Discord, which I just started today, you can message me there. Yeah, if you're thinking about making a drone channel, I would really, like I said, don't hesitate about what you can do with whatever drone you have. And that's one of the reasons I created a lot of these try engaging shorts, is because I feel like the Mini 2 SE really is, it's so much fun. It show how fun flying the drone is. I'd say one of my biggest tips for making a really popular and viral short is if you show yourself actually unpacking the drone. I think if you notice, I'm always bringing my drone bag with me and showing kind of the hand launch, hand land. If you can kind of show some of those features, that really is where people, I think, start to get engaging. If you just post, this was me too, I will be honest, I pretty much would just, and if you look at my first YouTube video, it basically is just cinematic footage of a drone. And I thought that's all it really took, but now there's just so much of that. And we're going to talk about all that, whether it's on the Discord, thedronecamp.com, or on my YouTube here. So we're going to get more and more, basically more and more knowledgeable altogether. I appreciate you, Bill. Man, he has been one of the fastest growing supporters of the channel, that's for sure. Always pumping my tires. I appreciate it. I need it on a hot day like today, man. You had a Mini. He has one to air that unbalanced horizontal. So is this, you have which type of drone do you have, Ramos? You know what, Backyard RC, don't worry, man. It's never too late to jump into the real estate game. Honestly, there's probably more of a need for it now than ever since I started. It was very competitive, and then it peaked, and then people didn't, you either made it or you didn't, and then you kind of go from there. So don't hesitate. Yeah, it is hard to survive on cinematic alone. It really is. So just know that if you can add a little flair of any kind to your page, even if it's just a few extra shots. That's what, that's what really gets people to click. I haven't seen that error. No, I'm sorry, the Mini 2. You don't have tech support. Darn. Okay, well, what I can do is I'm going to look into that error later. The cool part about these lives is they are recorded and they're shared on my page. If anyone happens to know anything, any other Mini 2 users out here? I'm trying to slowly get back to some of these Discord messages as well, you guys. I'll probably only be on for a few more minutes as well because it is dinner time. I know a lot of other people are on the East Coast with me. Very, very cool. People are already sharing test Discords with me. I'm really appreciative, you guys. Can't wait to look at all this. And there is still time. Tonight, tomorrow are the last times to enter the giveaway, but I am still giving away that Mini 2SE. Is the gimbal not moving for the Mini 2? Is that the issue? Gimbal error. See, this is where Bill. This is awesome, my friend. I would think a similar error was what I was dealing with on my Mini 2SE, but I don't remember if it was that specific 4011. I do think if you've tried to go in and manually calibrate it. Have you done that, Ramos? Have you gone in and tried to randomly? It moves, but the horizon got twisted. When you turn on the drone and let it kind of stay on a flat surface, you should be able to go in and do a gimbal calibration. You've done that multiple times. Have you made sure the firmware is all up to date and all that good stuff? Clearing your cache data can also sometimes help, but what happened to me with my Mini 2SE is I flew it in too high wind, and I do think I kind of messed with some of the gimbal housing, so I basically permanently had to manually change the gimbal. Yeah, that's a good point, Bill. Yeah, it can be frustrating, but what happens with these Mini 2, the Mini 2 drone sometimes, if you really push it, I have noticed that's the only drone I've really had any sort of horizon shift on me, but it's fixable. It can be frustrating though, so hang in there. Definitely thank you, Bill, Coast to Coast Drones. That's Bill, for kind of coming in and helping with that tech support. Yeah, the same thing, the aircraft firmware, that's definitely something that could be an issue. Oh, another friend request. Thank you, guys. This is on Discord as well, the drone camp. I can't fly the Mini 2 the King tonight. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm probably going to do my next, maybe not my next live, but I am going to do lives in the future where, whether it's through Discord or even Twitch. I've thought Twitch, but I basically want to be able to show you the live feed of showing my Mini 2SE. But I need my phone, and right now I'm using my phone for the live here on YouTube. So unfortunately, man, I can't. But it basically, it's gonna look and sound very similar to the Mini 3, and it will be on that launch pad in here eventually, I'm sure. Oh, Brawl Stars, is that is that something you play on YouTube Live? Backyard RC, I've been going live. Basically, I started this week and I've gone live almost every day to promote the Mini 2SE giveaway. And I've kind of gotten slightly addicted, honestly, just because it has been so much fun to connect with everyone in a little bit more deeper of a way than YouTube kind of allows us. We can't really direct message each other sometimes. And going live just kind of gives me an excuse to talk about the drones a little bit more, answer some of your direct questions that you see. Yeah, another thing you can try, Ramos, is I'll show you what I'm talking about before I use it. Taking something like this that has a compressed air to it. Where is my Mini 2? Oh, here. So when I had that issue, Ramos, I basically took some compressed air and went around the entire gimbal housing, because it could be something as small as like a little grain of sand or a grain of dust or dirt that got in there, and that could be what's causing the gimbal calibration error. So I do keep one of these around all the time for my photography gear. It's basically like a little puffer, and you can puff, especially with these, if you want to wipe. That's another thing that can damage the gimbal. If you want to wipe the screen, you've got to be very careful. It might just be better to use, something like this that's a little puff of air. So, or even the compressed cans of air really blast the heck out of it. Air shouldn't bother it too much. You know what I mean? It should be fine, but that's going to help deliver some of that dust and debris. And that is why I use this. This thing is super cool, you guys. It's two ways, basically, depending on if I'm on asphalt, I'll actually use this, or if I'm out, you know, somewhere that's like a lighter background, I'll use this. But I always use this because it helps protect the gimbal, the gimbal, as well as the motor housings. So that helps keep debris out. I a lot of times will land on this as well. So no matter the drone, that is a potential. But I have noticed some of these smaller gimbal housings have a little bit more of a vulnerability to things getting caught in them. All right, Toast. Well, we'll find a way to, you know, jump on some sort of like live gaming. I'm sure I used to be a big gamer, but tonight, you know, we won't go down that rabbit hole. Awesome, Ramos. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, and if you are new to the live, I am going to be giving a Mini 2SE away tomorrow. I can't believe tomorrow. It's crazy. Honestly, so I really just appreciate everyone again before I sign off for basically supporting the channel. Earlier, I think on Saturday, I think it was when I passed 10,000 subscribers. I've now almost have another 500. So yeah, what size? This, you know what? This is linked. Oh, thank you from Brazil. Thank you. So this is linked to my hello. This is linked to my Mini 3 range test video. If you want to know where to buy this, it's only like 17 bucks. And I use this thing all the time, literally all the time. I don't even know what I was doing before this. I just flew it out of the back of my truck, which is probably not the smartest thing. It folds up. Basically, if you have like a bag like this, like something really small, it fits right in here just like that, and you can take it with you. Honestly, too, it slides right in the back of my other larger camera bag, and it just gives me a peace of mind. Yeah, honestly, Homemade Solutions is proving my point. It really is like an essential item that you need. Any recommendations on an FPV? If Bill's in the chat still from Coast to Coast Drones, he'd probably be able to talk to you about that because he's got a lot of friends in the FPV world. I do think the Avata 2 it sounds from what I've heard, one of the most user-friendly ones. Outside of that, I'll be honest, I don't know much about FPV other than the best ones are built on their own. The other difference is you do have to have other radio frequencies to be able to use the infrastructure of the radio frequencies here in the US. So keep that in mind. Oh yeah, so let me quickly grab this bag. There you guys, so this is going to be an upcoming review. It's the Pecru bag. I really appreciate Pecru sending this. Let me quickly open this. I think I shared this on one of my earlier lives, but I can't remember. So I'm going to show it again. But it has a hard case basically. Really great. And it has a slot for your laptop in the back. Or your iPad, honestly. A lot of times I just bring my iPad. And then it actually has special cutouts for your Mini 2SE and the entire Flymore combo. So this holds the entire Flymore combo, and it also has like this. I just pulled this right out of this back slot here too. So it has this really cool sling. This is another great sling bag from Pecru, and they actually designed. This is designed for the Mini 2SE. So this is specific to that. How much do I usually make doing real estate? If I'm photographing it, it obviously is much different. Typically it's a 2 or 3% rate if I'm helping someone buy or sell it, the house, but I charge 3 main services that I have. It's traditional interior and exterior photos that I use a Nikon D780 for, and then drone services, which is a separate one, and then other interior services such as the 3D tours, the 2D floor plans, or I even do cinematic videos. And for each of those 3 services, I pretty much charge $100 or more a 1,000 square feet. So for example, a typical house here in my area is around 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. So that's usually a minimum of $200 to $250. And at this point, it's usually $250 because they're going to want the drone. I have so many other things that we can upsell. So I'd say every shoot is around $250. I'd say the more average though is around $350. I have been able to be a little bit more selective about the shoots that I make. However, I connected with one of my great realtor friends last week, and we spent all day shooting, and I made about $950 just from that one day of shooting 4 properties. So, there's weeks where I have 15 to 20 shoots or more, and those can be really great weeks for me. Nikon users, awesome. I started my entire photography career with a Nikon. So, kudos to Nikon users. I'll show you my Nikon quick. And like I said, I was actually photographing the interior of the house across the street from this one today. And this is one of my featured covers that I always love to share. That's what's cool about real estate, is realtors love to spend money on marketing. So if you can get into some really, really strong realtors, go find the top brokers in your area and offer them drone services or some service that you feel like is a niche, or just say, hey, I'm another option. Things happen, people go on vacation, there's opportunities to sneak in there and become a new client. So the Nikon D780, this thing is really, really fun. It really does have all the bells and whistles. It is an FX camera. It's basically just under the D850, which has like all the bells and whistles, but that just was too much money for me at the time. Let me quickly make sure I'm not missing anyone's invites on the Discord before I head out. But awesome, you guys, I do appreciate it. Nikon D, awesome. No, that's what it is. Honestly, anytime you have a drone, a camera or a drone, it really, as long as it has some base level specs to it, you can really make the most of it, depending on how you approach the whole thing. Hey man, Toast, have a nice night, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate you being a dedicated subscriber. Yeah, you guys, I do think at this point I'm probably gonna call it a night. I will maybe be running to the beach later to grab some footage. We'll see. Maybe jump in the ocean because I am still just really, really sweating. So I appreciate everyone's engagement. It was very fun chat today. Probably one of the best lives of the entire week. So I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the announcing of the DJI Mini 2SE winner. We'll just about 300 people entered, so a really high chance of winning, you guys. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks again.